this late in training camp. Are you surprised at how well things have gone for you, how much you developed, or what were your expectations going into training camp?
Well, my expectations have always been high. I always set goals for myself, coming into the season to always wanting to play and just contribute to this team. So just getting reps with the ones is a big opportunity. I'm just trying to take advantage of it.
What's the biggest difference you think in yourself as a player now versus maybe a year last fall?
I'm older. I don't make as many mistakes as I did last year. I'm more. I can say I have more consistency than I did last year instead of just running around. So I'm familiar with the defense. So that's more why I say I'm older than I was last year.
For a while there, it looked like you were focusing more on track, and it looks like maybe you've gotten back into doing more football now. Was there a time when you weren't sure which way it was going to go?
No, I always wanted to play both sports. I always set my goals and say I wanted to be that guy that can do both sports. I love track, and I came here for for track. So coming out here walking off for track is just walking off for football is just another opportunity.
Does that make it, I guess, a little bit tougher, as much as you like to do both things, because there's a lot of stuff in spring practice, obviously, where you're out there running track and then you got to catch up in a hurry. Does that make it more of a premium when you're out here? You got to be ready.
Yeah, it does. Coaches understand where I'm coming from when they know I'm a track guy at heart, but I still play football, so they have an understanding with my schedule. So it really helped me balance both sports. So.
Is it a help or a hindrance? I imagine the two sports kind of complement each other, but with the time division, do you consider it a help or a hindrance to have this second sport as well?
Well, it's a help. Helping me both focus on school, and that's just as a person, it helps me focus on both sports and my school. So I'm just taking the opportunity for both. You know what I mean?
So that's fair or not, track guys maybe get labeled just a little soft on the football field. I guess, what do you kind of say to that? Do you consider yourself a pretty physical player?
Yeah, I consider myself a very physical player. Coming from my brother, he teach me how to be a physical guy, and I come from a background where we're not really soft. I'm from Washington D.C., so they teach you to be a tough guy.
Michael, what do you have to do to finish up to hold on to this job here last week?
Just stay consistent and stay focused and keep playing. Coach keeps telling me to slow down. Sometimes I'm too fast out there, but I'm just gonna get in the film room, work on the Utah State, and just keep playing, be physical, and just keep doing what I'm doing.
How high is your confidence right now? I know you've always believed in your skill, but given the opportunity you got, how high is your confidence right now?
My confidence has always been high. Coach always preached to me, nobody can run by you. So I always take that in consideration that I'm a track guy, I know I'm fast, so nobody can run by me. So I just take that into consideration, just keep playing tough and physical, and just keep listening to coach and just keep balling.
Prior to the offseason, what did the coaches tell you about what kind of opportunity you might have or anything like that?
They always said there's always been an opportunity for me to play. I just got to take advantage of it. So I just asked coach what I have to do, get in the film, get in the weight room, eat, study, and keep balling like he's told me.
How does that speed help you as far as maybe feeling like you can take some chances because you got the speed to recover if you get out of position?
Well, it's helped me a lot because, especially like guarding guys like Pick Howard and Vaughn, it's helped me out because it gives me some, if I'm beat, I can recover real fast and stuff like that. So I take advantage of it. I'm just blessed to have that speed,
Have you gotten any advice from any other two-sport guys in the past or anything like that? Has anybody talked to you?
Jabari Greer, he played with New Orleans. I guess right now he's with, I don't know what team he's with, but
ESPN.
With ESPN?
Broadcasting.
Oh, really? Well, I know I called him 2 years ago, and I was asking how did you go about it, and he told me just stay focused and, track. It gives you an edge because you're fast out there. So just take advantage and just be healthy, do treatment, just try to stay healthy and just focus in school. So shout out to Jabari Greer for helping me with that.
It looked like for a while that obviously that you were going to just follow your brother's footsteps and go to Maryland, and then you ended up coming to Tennessee. What ended up happening there that made you say Tennessee's the place for me?
Well, I was signed to Maryland. Ralph Friedgen left. So that made my decision on that because we had a connection. And I ran track my senior year. I actually got a scholarship running summer track, and Tennessee gave me an opportunity. But when I came here for track, I always wanted to play football. I still had that driven in me. I always wanted to play football. So I just came over here and talked to Scott Altizer, and he gave me an opportunity to come out.
So when you came down to Tennessee, football wasn't a definite. Track was, I guess, maybe the first priority.
Yeah, my freshman year.
You just couldn't give up football?
Nah, I remember it was the Florida game. Florida. It was Florida here, a home game. I was in the stands, and I saw the game, and I was like, man, I can still play. And I just you know, sitting back and just watching, man, I didn't even want to be in the stands anymore. I just wanted to be out there running around making plays. So that really driven me to just come out here and play.
That was the year the game day was here and everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you do track and football both all the way through high school, or did you pick up one of the sports sometime?
I've always done track and football at the Mather Catholic. They understood I wasn't just a football or just a track guy. I also followed the footsteps of Josh Wilson, who also was one of my alma maters at my school. I asked him about how to play both sports in high school, and he gave me advice on that as well. So
George Wilson?
Josh Wilson.
Joshua, okay.
Yeah, he's with Atlanta right now, Atlanta Falcons. So
Some of your teammates have called you one of the fastest players on the team. You know, where do you think you rank in speed?
I don't really think I rank in speed. I just got God-given talent, just taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm pretty up there. I wouldn't say no less, you know.
Was the cast made it hard to intercept a pass?
No, they actually said I played better with the cast, man. But I dropped one today. I was pretty upset about that in one-on-ones. But, yeah.
What are your main events in track?
400 hurdles and the 400.
How long you had that cast for? Has that been longer?
I think I had about 2 weeks.
Two more guys.
What was your reaction when you started getting first team reps and realized there was a possibility you could be a starter?
I just kept playing. I wasn't thinking about, you know, trying to be a starter. I just wanted to keep playing. I just took advantage of the opportunity. You know, coach gave me an opportunity, and I just took advantage of it. I'm just blessed to have the opportunity. I'm going to keep playing to the best of my abilities.
One more. Last one. Anybody else?
Like, what about the understanding of the game? Because obviously you've played the game forever, but you know it's so much more complex at this level. And being a guy who spent spring doing, you know, obviously another sport, has that put you behind at all in terms of learning things? You know, the
No,
concepts
it
of
hasn't.
defense?
You know, having my brother, he played in the league for 9 years. I've always been around the game so long. You know, when he was with Cincinnati, you know, being with Marvin Lewis, you know, with Minnesota, Leslie Frazier, who's like a defensive guru. So I understand the defense a lot, and I just coming here, I just make sure I watch film, talk to Coach Martinez, Coach Fair, talking on my technique, you know, stuff like that just gives me the edge. You know, just having those sources, the resources to help me out.